Happy New Year, everyone. This is going to be my read a book in one sitting video. Obviously, it's probably not going to be a literal one sitting. I will get up to get food and things like that. Also, since I'm here, I might as well update you on my reading. So, I officially set my reading goal on Goodreads for 2022. My goal is to read 52 books over the course of the year. So far, I have 2 down. Those are ones that I began reading in 2021, and then I finished up sometime today. And those books were Little Women, which I'm really happy about because that's been on my TBR list for a really long time. It's one of those books that I always felt like I should have read it a lot sooner, and now I actually can say that I've read it. Also, I purchased the copy that I have so I can go back and reread it at any time, which I think I will do because I feel like I'd enjoy it a lot on a second reading. And then the other book that I finished reading was Song of Redemption by Lynn Austen. It's not too long ago. That one I got from my library as a physical copy. I don't think I'm going to continue on with the rest of the series just because I didn't really enjoy it that much. So that's what my reading. Oh, and then I have 2 other books that I started in 2021 that I'm reading. The first one is Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, I think it was. And then the other one I made some pretty good progress on it is Tidelands by Philippa Gregory. I'm a little more than halfway through it. I could probably finish it up over the course of a few days, which I probably will do because that's one that's been on my TBR list for a while. It's 10. So today I am going to read Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. To be honest, I don't know a whole lot about what this book is about. I think at one time I started reading but didn't get very far into it. I know it's about a fireman. It's a dystopian future, and in this world, the job of firemen is to burn books. That's pretty much all I know about it. So we'll see what my thoughts are. So this book is in 3 parts, and I just finished the first part. So one thing I think is that the book isn't so much about burning books. It's supposed to be about suppressing information. I get the feeling so far that the burning is more of a metaphor. Also, the guy hates abstract art, and I think he's trying to say something about public education as well, because that's kind of the whole that's part of the whole suppressing information. One of the characters talks about how they got there, and part of it was by oversimplifying school, and discouraging asking questions and things like that, and keeping it very simple as opposed to talking about things like philosophy and sociology. I really don't understand the character of Clarice. I mean, I know that she was there to like begin Guy Montague's awakening, and that seemed like her only purpose. She's already been killed off. Weird thing. At first I thought maybe she was going to be like the character in 1984 that the main character is with. Again, she was like responsible for his awakening, and then they kind of go through and suffer it together, but instead she just helps him wake up, and then she served her purpose, so she's now killed off in the novel. I mean, in the book she's killed she's killed because she's one of the few people who asks questions, who wants to know why they think she's going to be unhappy like this, or they say that, and they want to get rid of her to prevent her from spreading her ideas, basically. All right, I'm going to read the next part, and I will see you soon. Okay, so I just finished chapter 2. One more chapter to go. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I think it has something to do with religion as well. One of the books that Montague stole was the Bible, and it was the one that he took to the old man Faber to ask him about it. Faber used to be an old English professor, and now he's helping him, I guess, to steal more books. And Montague and his boss, Captain Beatty, had some kind of disagreement. I guess Beatty knows that he stole the books because in the first chapter, Montague said, well, what if I stole a book? What would happen then? And I guess Beatty knew it wasn't a hypothetical. And he told Montague about a dream that he had where they were just quoting literature back and forth to each other. I guess to show that Beatty reads a lot too and that he knows a lot about the books that he's burned. That he's not just like, a clueless guy who's going along with the cause, that he's actually like actively fighting against books. There was a conversation between Montague and Faber that I really liked, where Faber basically just said that it's not the books themselves that have magic, it's the knowledge and the stories that the books possess. That's a concept that I think gets lost a lot of the times when we're talking about ebooks versus physical books, that the book itself matters less than what's in the book. I don't know. The story itself, I understand. And like I said, I understand that it's not so much about destroying physical books. That's a metaphor for suppressing knowledge and creating an environment where people don't want to read. I forget who it was that said it. Maybe it was Mildred, Montague's wife, who said firemen do like 1% of the job, 99% of it is that people just weren't reading anymore. And that made it easier to suppress the book. So the idea of the book is that they've created this dystopia where people don't care about books and learning and knowledge. They just want to be entertained and they just want to be happy, which I think is a common theme in dystopians, that it's not about power, it's about complacency. So those are my thoughts so far. One more chapter to go, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the book as a whole. Okay, so that's a wrap. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. The ending, I guess, was good. He meets up with these other people who are trying to just remember the books that they've read, in the hopes that they can pass them down verbally or make record of them. There's this war going on that I was a little bit confused by. It just kind of seemed like a subplot that the author forgot to explain, so that was a little bit confusing. And there's a scene where Montague sees his wife's death. She's in a hotel when it's bombed. But I was really confused by that. Like, was he just imagining her death? Was he really able to see how it happened? I don't know. I feel like this is one of those books where I'm going to have to like study the Cliff Notes or the Wikipedia page afterwards and then read it again so I can follow it a little bit better. But I did enjoy doing the read a book in one setting. I do that from time to time. This is just the first time that I've vlogged about it. Maybe I'll do a live show of this sometime. If you are interested in that, go ahead and comment below. Also, comment below if you disagree with me on any of the points in this book or you feel like explaining it to me. That would be awesome as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you have a great 2022.